Foundations of play are absolutely there on Navi Junior. Yeah, I'm gonna be curious as we will get to the final pick. As the Tiny gets taken care of, we're gonna go into the match. I mean, the fact that Navi Jr. actually went for this pick is rather confusing to me. The Tiny as a whole can't really approach this lineup right now, as the Tusk and the Muerta and the Medusa all pretty much counter your in-fight engagement. So unless the Tiny initiates the fight and goes for a single-man pickoff in the thick of things, it's not gonna pay off. And I love this Queen of Pain pick coming out from DMS. Feeling fairly confident that this was planned on their side. It's not looking so hot on their end. Malajul picking up this queen. I'm fairly confident. I'm leaning towards the DMS side right now. Niku going for this Tiny. I don't know who you're killing. Problems pulls out the calling. Tildian has the snowball. The Hawk has other units that can hit you. The first 10 minutes of this fight, of this game, can be extremely grueling for Navi Jr. I do like Melajul's setup right though. It's not the Arcana, but it is the dress and the hair. Maybe the Draw School or whatever her name is vibes. Pretty strong with this one. But as we get into game number one, ladies and gents, I welcome you once again to the European Pro League Grand Finals. And it's gonna be a toughie. Of course, we can just, you know, check out how the other Tier 3 / Tier 4 or Tier Dumpster tournament is going, on the other hand. Our Dragon Esports Club is leading 2-1 over Virtus Pro. I would have loved to see them play another 10 hours after yesterday's showing. You know, they won the majority of their games. And Dragon Esports Club actually taking away the possibility of Navi Jr. becoming the 2 grand finalist attendee in one day, and then basically losing out on DMS due to DMS, and now becoming the 2-time grand finalist Friday the 18th of October. Would have been really, really fun, but alas, it doesn't happen this time around. But yeah, this way at least all 4 teams get a grand final. Everybody gets a grand final. We got a little bit of a dance from Melajul. No real aggressive approach from either of these teams before the horn.
Ancient killers, let's kill.
But a bit of contest coming out from Melajul and Problems. They will sit on the boundary rune, and it is going to be a 3-take for the Radiant side. Great start for the Medusa. As I am thinking, what is going to be the big mitigation or the big mana shield burster on the Medusa for now? I think they're going for sheer damage with the Tiny and the Shadow Fiend, but I'm kind of questioning it as of yet. So far we can tell PMA can't really approach the lane. He is laning against a ranged hero. So the Darkseer is gonna have to resolve to the usual creep skipping tactics. I wouldn't be surprised. That's gonna be the approach of the Dire offlane. It's PMA. Getting a Mystic Snake, you know, jumping with the jump rope, turning around with the Ion Shield. But inside the shard, he's eating a lot of damage. Even the 2 gauntlets of strength. It ain't really helping him that much as he eats 3rd Mystic Stake in a minute and a half. Rescue is not shy of throwing those out there. At the same time, on the top lane, the Hawk and Problems are genuinely causing problems for the Juice. Actually, if you're being caused problems as got the Juice, do you lose the Juice? Or just the Juice gets out of hand? I do appreciate the Navi carrier enjoying the joke. As Days gonna get a little tackle coming out from till the end. As Riddy's close to being first blooded. What's not gonna happen? The calling doesn't connect just yet. And Riddy's gets to walk to and live to see another day. These might not be so good with motion, but their armor is pretty high. Even though Riddy's doesn't have living armor just yet, does have that 2 base armor. And holding on to his blood grenade, that is like 2 right clicks coming out from Problems anyway. Yeah, straight up walking into God the Juice is -4 armor, but only 1 level in presence of the Dark Lord. That is something the Hawk and Problems need to keep an eye on. No wonder they want to move on to the Treant Protector first. And that is why Beastmaster should be cancelled as a Dota hero. Although I do watch your posts, I do watch there are a lot of commenters are just extremely based, but that is more than likely due to the fact that you're all Base Defender fans. Well, let's not get into that topic. We can talk about that endlessly, especially in the gaming world. Although then comes the other argument, why do you call it gaming, you know? Oops. As the rambling starts at 4 minutes in, there isn't much action to follow as PMA will go and escape with the Surge. And as Days with the Shadow Realm will try and keep the distance, he will start snuggling up to till the end. I don't think that's the right idea. Using the vision to his advantage. Mystic Snake might not have connected. It did come out as out comes the Gorgon's root. Days and PMA trying to hold on to dear life as till the end. Will hold out till the end, but Niku coming in with the rotation at 5 minutes in. But the toss back is back and the Snake Lady lives to see another day. Well, it's soon to be night, so I guess he'll see another sunset. But this does give Melajul a bit of opportunity. Not to just... It's not about catch-up anymore. It's more of domination on this lane. Denying the range creep, taking your own. I guess this is what you call divine. In terms of the Queen of Pain. As down falls the knight. Did hear a TP, but I didn't see who it was. Oh, there's till the end. As a beautiful deny coming out from Days. No equilibrium for you, DMS. But still, the Queen of Pain, 700 gold ahead at 6 minutes in, as the Hawk takes out Riddy's. And finally, equals up the board. Don't worry, we are going to go back to net worth leads soon enough, but Just a little bit for the Dota enthusiasts. We'll keep it to last hits for a while now.
Looks like Radiant's courier just kicked the biscuit.
PMA with the courier snipe, and there's that creep skipping we've been talking about since minute
Radiant's
1.
scanning for enemies.
There's the 6-minute rune will spawn up top. Actually, it's an illusion rune. Illusion won't really gank with that. If it were a haste rune or a regen rune, that would be a different question. But got the juice, sniping off the courier.
Last run. To heaven.
Mitigating till the end's movement speed.
Tower is really taking a beating.
These boundary runes could be life or death right now. Ice shards will miss from the Tusk. As this could be an opportunity for Navi Jr. to just dive down on the bottom tower.
Dire's scanning all over for enemies. I promise this will get more exciting.
A 7 minutes fall. Let's switch over to net worths. Got the juice and Riddy's just holding down the fort up at the top lane. No real approach just yet. As Rinseku transitioning into the PT and then straight onto the Yasha. Very, very usual stuff. As I expect the Mask of Madness coming out from God the Juice. It will be on the way in form of the Morbid first. Broadsword incoming in turn 800-ish gold as the 8th minute. Power Rune will be spawning down on the bottom. It is going to be an arcane, but Niku will go down for even the attempt at the 3v3. The Tiny will fall as predicted. And I hate to say I told you so, but you know, the hives were always right.
That baby is coming down.
A Tiny is literally 1,400 gold behind the Queen of Pain. That is at least 3 kills and 2 lanes. As Niku coming in with the Avatos combo, but Sonic Wave, they're gonna split right down the middle. They'll go for the escape. They will, in the end, get till the end, but they will still say goodbye to one of their supports for it. A beautiful Friday night for grand finals. And already, the kills start stacking up as soon as the rotations and the gangs start coming out.
Man, Radiant does not like Dire's bottom tower, and it shows.
Eyes on the prize, and it's not a small one, by the way. It is gonna be 10k for the first place. And still, you know, consolation prize of 5,000 simoleons for the loser. But, you know, contention. Being second is never a good place to be, as we all know.
I'm sorry, it's just creepy. Dire's top tower is really taking a beating. Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. You're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower.
As a tier 1 tower on the mid lane falls. A DD denied by Days on the bottom.
Radiant's bottom has cashed in its brick chips.
It's gonna be a bottom tier 1 tower as well, taken for all of this. But 2 towers for the price of 1. Losing out on a double damage rune. DMS is still happy with the way this game is going.
Got it.
Navi Jr. been around the bend for a few times. This team has participated in many of our tourneys, but the same thing can be said for Evolus, for DMS, who were facing Evolus in the last season grand final. They got second at the end, as Evolus had a dominating 3-0 against them. They are out for blood and out for revenge. But as some of you may know, in European Pro League, Navi Jr. has not won a season. The season 17, that was in April. It's been 6 months. It's been a long time coming for them. They have a legacy to uphold. Within their ex-members, I guess it's the extended Navi family, but Dendi himself has also won a tournament. Not in Navi colors, that is true. But it is the first grand final he won. On the same battleground, the same online battleground, I guess. But with his new team Bait, which we haven't seen play in EPL for a while now. To be fair, I don't think they've played since Season 18, where one win took a huge victory over a Sype team.
God, I love money.
Well, so do I, Days, so do I. Let's see. Eligible until the end. Looking for the approach. Journey of the two teams here. It's quite easy of a summary. I'll go to cyberscore.live or Wikipedia and check out the playoffs and the participations. But overall, DMS went all the way from Passion Yue to Dragon Esports Club, and then losing out to Navi Jr., then beating Dragon Esports Club once again. While Navi Jr. just had a straight road to this grand finals, defeating Hydra, Level Up, and DMS. Been pretty much the same journey. Yeah, the extra BO3 is kind of a nuisance, right?
Probably hoping to catch a glimpse of them nude.
And we'll see if Navi Jr. now, you know, they were beaten by Dragon Esports Club, and DMS already beat Dragon Esports Club. Is DMS the better team is the question that remains to be answered right here. It's gonna boil down to base strategy approach, as yeah, we're 15 minutes-ish into the game, and we only have 5 kills on the board. That is just due to the fact that DMS is just, whoa, waiting and waiting on some kind of aggression. But as soon as Niku sees the Queen of Pain, he'll avalanche the Queen of Pain and fully disengage. 14 minutes up, Days will move on to the Wisdom Rune. He did see the Beastmaster come around the bend, as the Hawk will be way too late on the trigger. They did see 2 people coming to defend this Wisdom Rune, so there could be a move here. But Melojul will prevent it with the blink. This part of the game isn't really just being passive. This is basically just the 2 teams dancing back and forth with each other. Wanted to get a situation where you have the numbers advantages, but you don't want to just ride into the jungle, you know, being like Spanish conquistadors or anything like that. You gotta be chill. You gotta wait for that right positioning opportunity to expend your spells. As night falls once again in the game. We haven't really been talking about Rinseku, but he's been owning in terms of that farm and that last hitting. He does get a sub 15 minute Manta style as finally a move onto Riddies. Moving into the calling. The Shadow Fiend will not have the ultimate for a while. It's a pause 5 exchange between the two. As a fun 4v4 could continue, but instead it's gonna be the Hawk Well, the Hammer of the Overlord. Underlord at this point. That is the Overlord. God damn it. He might just move on to the Roshan. But they could just shoot Got the Juice in the face. He's confident that they're here. As he's taking over the Watcher. Out goes the Gorgon catch. Primal Roar into the Fiend. They're gonna Sonic Wave him as well. They're trying to protect him as much as they can. But as the Mechan falls, the Black Dragon is just bursting the fire all over this Fiend. The throwback onto problems with the Manta Illusion. They do lose out onto the Muerta. But Niku will be chased down by Tilde and then Rinseku. The snowball crosses through the Tiny, the toss. It is a lot of damage, but it's not gonna last. As Riddies Respawn will want to get the Tusk off, out of commission first. Got the Juice. You will need to face off a ton of creeps for this one. They'll give off the chase. The Muerta could return. The 17-minute window for the Roche is up. This fight was dead even, actually. Not in terms of kills, because that is 2 for 1, but the stuff you get out of it isn't really much. Rising Knight of Rinseku and the boys, as they will force out a vacuum. And that is all she wrote. Nice play with the juke there on the Manta. Anyone with a bit of lick of sense for the macro knows how to do it.
You can tell Dire's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed.
All units click on illusion and then disengage. But PMA, you can also just put a macro on your 2 illusions. Yeah, I get to talk a lot since PMA has a Crimson Guard and a mechanism. He will survive this. Thank you. It was written on my notes here. PMA will actually fight the onslaught of DMS as soon as problems will respawn. It's written right here in black and white, right next to me on a piece of paper. Oh yeah. With about 2 minutes of delay, DMS will finally rush into the pit. With only 10 kills on the board, get Roshan at 19 minutes in. All I can say about all things happening on the map, Niku's Tiny isn't really tinying. He isn't getting the Avatos combos down, he isn't getting kills. He has 3 KC, so kill participations. Or kill counts, as they say, as the statisticians, then JM, my good friends, say. But yeah. It's gonna remain to be seen if this Tiny will ever get online. He is gonna go for the Conda build.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. Okay, fine, you can look. It's kind
By making that one work, will take some time.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat.
Melijul with the Aegis. Usually it is the Beastmasters that pick up this one, but the Hawk does not have the Drums of Slom for that usual build to work. It's tier 2 tower pressure from both of these teams. The Hawk with the Black Dragon and a bit of help will manage to take it out himself as well. Got the Juice and the boys. Moving on to their second tier 1 tower.
That's it for Radiant's middle tower.
That will basically even up the objective score on the board. Music is tensing up as Tormentors will spawn. It is daytime once again. Melijul playing bait. I do believe Navi Jr.'s side will try an attempt at an approach on the Tormentor. The extra 1,400 gold to put them once again in contention.
Oh, Dyer's middle tower is insured. That thing is standing on its last breath.
At least that 1 to 2k net worth lead has been consistent throughout the last 10 minutes of the game, but that just goes to show DMS hasn't really gotten much of the map, despite the fact that the Tiny wasn't really aggressive. Tormentor will be claimed, and as the ice shards come out, the 21-minute Wisdom Rune is out of question for this Tusk. Beautiful pullback with the vacuum, and it's going to be an easy kill on to the DMS Pos 5. The Hawk and Miller haven't been lousing off. At the same time, they've been showing the top and the bottom and the mid lane. Right into the face of Navi Jr. They will need to face that.
Worthy tribute.
11,000 gold on the board. And it's starting to look like a League of Legends game. DMS about to reclaim the 2k net worth lead by getting their own Tormentor. The problems as build is coming along. Drum of Endurance almost on the way. As Rinsiku got the Butterfly Manta. Still don't think they want to fight with the Medusa. They want to get that Crystallis into Daedalus and then get the BKB on top of that. More than likely, you do want to face all of this vacuum and Wrecking of the Souls with a Black King bar. The question of Got the Juice wants to skip it. Scotty, next up in the build for the Medusa. This game is boiling up to be a blink and you miss it kind of situation. And it might just fall here at this tier 1 bottom tower. But once again, it's a game of chicken right now, I guess. Moving down onto the bot lane, nosing about. But then the enemy moves up to your top lane, nosing about. And it's just a bounce back and forth. As one of the supports or one of the cores will just move in, clear up the mid lane. Neither team really wants to engage. The Aegis is reclaimed. Has been reclaimed for 20 seconds, to be exact. But DMS, it is a typical farm in Aegis. It tends to happen to the best of us. As Melojul and the boys approach the former area of Roshan, the cold territory of the ex-Roche pit, as in goes the avalanche toss combo, a BKB jump out from Melojul. At the cusp of death, he will pop the regen rune and get the hell out of there. The full ultimate was used by the Shadow Fiend. DMS now does not have a BKB on the Quap. Could still be another jump onto the Medusa if they want. Till the end with the naked brown boots solar crest. We'll be just bringing out with vision, as neither team wants to do either the yin yang or the straight up approach. It's another smoke play coming out from Navi Jr. They want to get casualties before they move against the objectives. As the Hawk and creeps, they're going to go for the tier 1 gambit here, fully avoiding the Navi Jr. side.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a breath.
Middle tier 1. And Jurassic only giving away illusions. Melajul
Radiant's middle tower
taking
is
a
about to be
little on the
pile of
bottom.
smoking rocks.
This is Niku will tree grab, right click the mid tier 2. When their creeps are sent in, looks like Navi Jr. will let this tower go. One last living armor on it.
Dire's bottom tower
With the
is
tower gone,
Radiant's top
Melajul
tower
rotates
is
back onto the mid lane.
pieces.
It's gonna be a powder kick fight. And you know what powder kicks do? They do the kaboom. But maybe a bit of switcheroo onto the Hawk. They want to make their move. Overgrowth coming out as there's no detection on the Beastmaster. Finally, with the right click, Riddies was seen for a second there. Primal Roar onto the Dark Seer, but with Daze dying up top. No. I wanted to say it's an even exchange, but it's absolutely not. The Hawk dying here is a big, big loss. Is Melajul. It's not a pushing hero, this Queen of Pain, but it does shove the lane back into your face. I guess we're gonna average out a kill per every 2 minutes, ladies and gents. But the action does not... Oh, it could actually start. I wouldn't mind that. No. Jokes aside, it is a really, really tough game in terms of fights. Something we actually saw in the beginning of the draft. This Melajul getting close to that Shiva's guard as we've been seeing for the past 2.5 minutes. Good question if the MS wants to hold on to this Roshan until it gets to their side, but
Double damage.
engagement would still be awkward. Melajul popping to the D. We'll move on to the Wisdom Rune of 28 minutes. And with the rest of his team going on to Roche, out comes the Scream, but I don't think Navi Jr. are ready for it. Not ready to react on the move. They could do some map pressure instead. This mid tier 2 tower fall a little faster in their favor.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Five-man smoker from Navi Jr. Are we finally gonna get the clash? It's shaping up to be so. Rinse Q in the vision. Avatos combo onto the Medusa. Manta style. Use that half mana pool with the Medusa on, but the Primal Roar comes out onto the Fiend. A lot of HP lost on the Medusa, and the Aegis will be claimed as God the Juice gets 2. Can he make it 3 with the Medusa? Requiem of the Soul down out of here. Navi Jr. will almost get to double digits of murder at 30 minutes in. But a beautiful execution, straight up initiation for Riddies and taking off that pressure from Niku. The Hawk, Melajul, and Riddies down on the bottom. The Treant Protector gives away the information. Or actually just gathers it.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a breath.
You don't even need to report and click on heroes. You just get the info, back off, and then click on the heroes in safety. But it does tell them that there are 2 heroes on the bottom and you are free to push.
Kicking sweet hell out of Radiant's bottom tower.
But a 3,000 gold net worth lead at 30 minutes in. Navi Jr. are making easy work of this tier 3. Will take out half of its HP. And doing their very, very best. Just turn back that pressure faucet that they've been suffering from of DMS for the past 10 minutes. The game has been close for the past 20. But that last fight, of 3 of them dying on the DMS side, has turned it upside down. It might not be the brightest idea of keeping the Medusa up front and center. But they wanted to react play, you know? The Hawk coming in, exposing the Primal Roar. Just using the Primal Roar. And then coming in with the reaction. But there I say, maybe you should rather have the tankier hero up front. PMA, Niku. Primal Roar onto the Darkseer. With the Sonic Wave on top, they still get the kill. Onto the DS. PMA gone. Niku is looking to be next. As the Ice Shards and within the Bramble Mazes, they navigate it perfectly. Niku will still die. Avatos combo onto the Beastmaster. As rooted the Hawk. Can't really do much. But Rinseku is here. No more Stone Gaze. God the Juice and Rinseku's right-click battle will be short. We'll end with no winners right now as the Hawk trying to angle the Wild Axes a little bit. But the Death Shot doesn't hit, and the Darkseer manages to escape. DMS catching up in terms of kills. They might just get to double digits themselves post 30 minutes. But yeah, 2 cores killed in that fight for DMS. They're absolutely going to be happy with that trade. The Hawk moving on to a Nullifier. More than curious to see who's going to be the number 1 target of that. It's Tormentor number 2. Taken by both of these teams. Is until the end get their shards. Looking on itemizations, it's interesting to see as PMA is just skipping around the Aghanim Scepter. Skipping around, gets the Aghanim Scepter first before the Guardian Greaves. Doesn't give you much other than a bit of inventory cleanup and that armor aura that everyone seems to forget about. But it is the decision Lyrical advocates for, and since Universe is retired, I'm gonna listen to the 6.5, 6.7k play-by-play caster. Good friend of mine as well. I guess I can call him friend now, right? Right? Well, if you have a beer with someone, that means they're your friend. I might be delusional, that one. Those problems Midas put on the board for the Muerta. Moving on to BKB and Dragonlands and all this fancy schmancy building elements. Problems wants to be a carry? We'll see about that. No Jewel, no Dagon up, moving on to the Octarine Core. Kind of missing the Aghanim Scepter on this one. But maybe his build just doesn't fit into this. He could be opting in for a Yashikaya just for the faster movement speed and farming. That is also an option. But the ring around the Rosie and the ever-elusive play will continue. I don't think Navi Jr. should push here. Gotta be fully honest with you guys. I'd wait for next Roshan and then decide the game from there. Take a bit of control of the enemy jungle is always a nice idea. Getting the kill. Not really. Not just yet.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a breath.
Got the juice and the boys. We'll take out the last outer objective on the DMS side. It is time to defend if you're the Radiant.
Tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Got the juice. Feels like the roach time is around here. It's no better time to push.
Lives on in our hearts.
Denying the fact that the Hawk and the boys want an Aegis for themselves. Melojul. Beautiful toss out coming out from Niku. Has got the juice. Managed to put out the Reckoning of the Souls. Till the end is gone. As Rinseku is stuck all alone in the thick of it. Down goes the Medusa for 80 seconds. And Navi Jr.
Dire's top tower is
are looking to take out the stragglers. Problems. Get the hell out of here, says Got the Juice. Disperser, MKB, Hurricane Pike, and Sanjay Yasha. Straight down the middle. As Niku throws back the Hawk. They're just done with this. 2 buybacks expelled by the Radiant side. Actually 3, because the Tusk bought back as well. Got the juice. Gotta become an enemy tower. The damage, it needs to come through, but he needs to be saved. Beautiful BKB for the turn. Another Sonic Wave comes out, but it's not gonna be enough. Melojul will be clapped on. Niku finally showing in as Rinseku dying as well. The Hawk coming through with the roar, but it's not enough either. Well, not enough to kill him, but eventually Niku gets the triple kill. Moving on to Melojul. This is the last dieback they need to get. As is this Queen of Pain dies, there's no more damage on the side of DMS to survive all this. DMS had the control, but the Tiny that was behind for 30 minutes of the game will eventually be doing the clapping and getting the rampage as well. 29 meagerly kills on the board after 38 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Navi Jr. will take game number 1. And with that, ladies and gents, we're going to throw it to a tiny bit of a break. We're going to rush it as we're going to try and get back into the lobby sequences. We will need to reset the stream, so we do apologize in advance. Navi Jr. will take the lead 1-0. We will be back with game number 2 shortly. pizza meal anywhere? Or it's just pitting. Man, Alchemist. As Rinseku turns around for the unstable, throws it back onto the Underlord, but the Pit Master is just fine. I know it's Pit Lord, but Pit Master just sounds so much cooler. His Riddies. Well, the Cogs Master, I guess, and he will be Cog blocked back into the fountain. The Blood Gods are satisfied with all these sacrifices. Melojoul. Keeping the lane from being unstable. Out comes the onslaught. Decent catch from Niku. Don't think Melojoul. Maybe he missed out on the timing. He was just paying attention, but an avalanche could have stopped that acquiring of the range creeps. I once saw me missing that death on PMA, but I'm rather more interested in Melojoul going for the solo kill onto Niku. The attempt is good, but he doesn't have the toss, so he lets it go. Once again, the dive shall continue somehow. Problems is still alive as God the Jews getting chased down by the Hawk this time. Chased to heaven and earth as the bird will connect. The Hawk is just not enough. The toss! Once again, the tiny airlines are doing the work as a deny on the Luna will have to happen down on the bottom. Maybe Rinseku will need to opt in for the same option as the Observer Ward. It will see the Alchemist as Daze and PMA are closing in the Firestorm. 9 HP is what Rinseku has to serve with. Is it time to die?
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on
really, Rinseku. Just a straight out refusal for it. Losing out on a ton of farm 6 minutes in. PMA actually leading with 18 last hits over the Alchemist.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
That is gonna hurt for the DMS side in the long run. They might be up 1,000 gold. Oh, it's so much time wasted on the Alch. He's only level 4. It's his goal I'm mostly concerned about, as at the very same time when we switch over to net worths, you can see that God the Juice, even with a few last hits up, isn't truly in the lead just yet. As he shoves out the lane, he's still lagging behind the Alch a little bit with a chunk of change. Niku? Coming down onto the bottom, but so is Melojoul in problems. Got the Juice. We'll notice them. Break the smokes. There's a primal beast. Won't be connecting on time. Got the Juice. What? The creep died midair, so the toss does not register.
Radiant scanning around for enemies with their odd-looking.
Daze gets the Wisdom Rune, and we've seen DMS do this Deep Observer Ward before. Let's see how it works out for them this time around. Possible approach onto Rinseku. I do believe they could rather want a little bit more help for this kill. Pit of Malice on top of that, Unstable Concoction. Rinseku wants to go for the turn, but he's still stuck in the pit as PMA goes for the execution with his axe head. I don't even know what you call this weapon. Double hand wielded blade. Crystal carver.
Killing spree.
Abyssal skewer. Whatever. As out comes the Pit of Malice. Daze. They're doing the exact same thing to the Hawk as they just did to Rinseku. As the Hawk, though, it will spit on their plans a little bit, but even after the Hawk 2-ing, the Hawk will still need to run as Melojoul goes in for the toss back onto PMA and will prevent his offlaner from dying. Many attempts of murder have been made on this bottom lane, but the sacrifices
Dyer's scanning all over for enemies.
are only in terms of spells, not truly kills.
The hard way.
PMA. Pizza Man arrives as Rinseku. Once again, that pit, Dace. It's gonna be a long telekinesis. But it might not be inside the pit. It will be inside the cogs as all of them dodge out the center on time.
Taking one hell of a beating.
And the avalanche catch.
Radiant might want to
Make it all the way here till the end.
Nick
Niku's like, whoops.
You can tell Dyer's middle tower.
I was caught in your jungle, that is true. Please ignore me. But sir, I'm just farming all these creeps.
Radiant's courier has
Yes,
made
please.
one last run.
Instead of deluging me, please indulge me as I take all your farm. As a 10-minute rune will be taken by Niku. It is an arcane. The ensnare will connect, but too little too late. Or is it? Melojoule. Few more hits on the tier 1 mid. As DMS takes the second tier 2 tower. Just a little over 10 minutes into play. Aha, keeping a really good pace this time around. Going for the Aghanim Scepter right after the Helm of the Dominator.
Dyer's top tower is really taking a beating.
Having the Summoner on his side.
Brick belly up.
Tier 1 towers shall tremble. I'm not sure about using the Troll Summoner for later on tier 2s. That's not... It doesn't tend to work out, even though you can summon an army of skeletons similar as for pressure of tier 1s. At tier 2s, the multi-shot kicks in, and the skeletons just don't endure. Got the juice.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. Okay, fine. You can look. It's kind of funny.
Has everything he needs. There's not going to be a move on him. I was expecting some kind of rotation from these three onto that guy. I guess as soon as they see that Irides is just dancing about with the clockwork, they're going to give up their attempts. EMA started working on the pipe, keeping a decent pace with the Hawk. It's actually the off-laner domination in this early game so far. As right now, it's just a mid difference between these two teams. That 300 gold difference, or 400-ish gold difference between God the Juice and Rinseku, I believe, is rather negligible, as their farming speed is relatively the same. Maybe the Luna needs to get more creeps, but overall, you can't keep up with the pace. Because we are talking about the Luna flash farming. Creep camps is not really a difficulty for that guy. Or in terms of the Luna, the hero, it's a girl. True, but... talking about Got the Juice, who's a guy.
What have we here?
Wiz gonna go for the Yasha first. I don't think he's gonna build out the Manta just yet. I got the Mithril Hammer on top of that for the extra damage. So we'll see. Maybe he has a different idea or approach.
Radiant scanning for enemies. Or maybe for friends. They look
As DMS and Navi Jr. It's gonna be a weaponization race. The arms race. Of the Radiant versus Dire. To be fair, if it just comes to the amount of arms in this race, then I guess DMS wins, because you gotta count Alchemist twice. There's a little guy with 2 arms on top of the Alchemist Ogre. But Daze does have 2 extra right on top of his head due to the new set from the Collector's Edition, or from the Collector's Cache. So I guess it's actually an even arms race between the 2 teams. No victor in terms of upper body limbs. But as Melojoul will be found with a shield rune on top of him. Navi Jr. will be careful in their approach on this top lane.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. That baby's coming down.
Nightfalling a second time, Melojoul will attempt a kill with the Avalanche, but whoever got the juice will bite the bitter end here. He will manage to save got the juice. Rest in peace, Riddies, for 60 more seconds. As we are boiling down to similar patterns as to game number 1. DMS with the threat. And we need Niku to bounce back in terms of his farm. With Roshan gone, PMA. He sees the threat, assesses it, and tries to escape, but out comes the song. A good little setup onto the Pit Lord, as it's going to be a Primal Roar in his ear. He doesn't even get a chance to use the Greater Lotus or the mechanism. Monkey Gaming, that is true. Risicue. Lucent beamed and pummeled to death. Pulverized into pieces. Big kill for Got the Juice and friends. Because they're looking to react to that one. Got the Juice all alone up on this top lane. They did see the Primal Beast disengage. No wards where you would expect it. Rather be searching for it in this area. Possibly this area. Or maybe even up here. But that ward placement this late into the game without your tier 1, top tier positioning. Execute. Doesn't make it to the stack. Doesn't make it to stun up the creeps. But we'll continue to farm. Just goes to show, even pro players are humans. And humans are flawed. And we try to beat the crap out of you. Beat the crap out of your humanity. To be fair. When it comes to Dota. Maybe we just want to beat the crap out of some creeps. At least that's what these 2 teams are doing. No true kill threat on this triangle. It's just creep contesting back and forth as out comes the Fiend's Gate. On to problems. Daze Doing his very best with the dead shot, trying to hold on. Out comes the Pierce the Veil, onto Problems. But as soon as the Pierce the Veil comes out comes the Fable and will kill the Muerta. As Niku fell low a little bit, but will put out the freshly caught BKB. And will manage to escape easily out of all of this. EMS doesn't want to give up the hunt. Will want to move on to the Luna. Has got the juice. Run, got the juice, run! And he's going to manage to escape.
Scratch that idea.
As the Luna's just taunting DMS. You better run. I dare you to try diving.
Rock on.
As Malajuice Tiny is proving to be a little bit more useful than what Niku managed to do in the first 20 minutes of the game. But he, similar to Niku, is also falling behind a little bit. As the Primal Roar will go out on to the Srubik. Thought Malajuice was going to be a little bit faster on the toss. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah. Curses to my mom. Curses on my family. Curses on Got the Juice, especially. Avalanche toss curses. As out comes the Eclipse. Got the Juice tries to survive. Even puts out the wand charges, but there's no backup coming. No support.
Looks like Dyer's courier just bit the bucket.
As Dyer's carry also bites the bucket. Niku just trampling, or more like tantruming, all over that mid lane.
Looks like the Dyer figured out
As
where
DMS at the coattail of their Aegis could just move under that tier 1 tower. The last one of its kind on the Radiant side.
Sweet hell on a Radiant's bottom tower.
As Niku goes in for the creeps, DMS will be deterred. As DMS's net worth is getting fatter and fatter, but 4,000 gold net worth lead isn't the end of the world as of yet. Navi Jr. are still in this one.
And it's off.
It's on to the Tormentor. Both teams go. Got the juice. Getting up and ready with that tempo. Moving on to BKB. Problems once again moving on to this carry item build, trying to get the Hurricane Pike. The silence of the map will be broken by Niku's little bit of tantruming around. I'm gonna start calling Trample Tantrum. Or maybe just his taunt is a tantrum? Tantrum. Wordplay. Trampling about and getting onto that Shiva's Guard. That could be a power spike for the Primal Beast, as the Luna will match it. Having this BKB at the ready, Got the Juice, has the opportunity to be in fights with a little bit less panic.
Stonefall.
All ultimates ready on both of these teams. As DMS on the aggressive. As it has become to somewhat be known, the team with the lead will try and smoke up and gain the advantage as Primal Roar will be whispered into the ear of Niku, but he will put out the BKB before the dead shot connects. Wouldn't have been the right angle anyway for a chase for DMS, as they will give up on it. But they could turn this into tier 2 pressure on the bottom lane.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is...
The chase is on as Roshan will take a 2-minute hiatus before he returns to our good old graces. Or maybe graces us with his presence on the map. Counter smoke coming out from Navi Jr. They want to make an approach from the top. Four heroes descend from the high ground. Beautiful hook shot onto the Hawk as they will join in, but the Song of the Siren comes out on time till the end. We'll make sure his TP is last as Rinseku will be left behind, but does have a blink to make up for the distance. And he even has the TP, so he will just increase the space between himself and the rest of the enemy. Rinseku up at the ready. Stable concoction along with the Avatos combo onto the two supports. They'll take easy work out of the two of them as Alchemist the Eclipse with God the Juice pulverized on top of the Alchemist as in comes the Pit Lord from the other side. Rinseku will die in the exchange for two. A huge army. Now that is what I truly call the Abyssal Horde, although it's just 6 little creepos which will eventually despawn. Primal Roar into the ear of PMA as Melojoule with the Avatos combo onto the Pit Lord will take that kill onto Problems instead. The Tiny lives to see another day as Pulverize once again used. The cooldown of your ultimate recycled in 36 seconds. They will pay with 2, but take 3 on the Navi Jr. side. As if they would just stick around for 2 more seconds, they would know that Roshan is up and alive. But they won't be so lucky.
Dire's top tower is really taking a beating.
Regeneration.
Regen on Melojoule. Did survive the previous encounter, but it's time to turn towards Conda. Got the juice. About to gain his Conda too. Now just needs the phylactery component. And with that done, I guess it's DMS to be clapped on. All they need is just good initiation, and then God the Juice just needs to press Q. Easier said than done, though. Smoke on the counter smoke. Two teams are neck and neck as the hook shot will connect onto some mirror images, but it still breaks the smokes. Till the end will be pulverized to death. The Pit Lord and the Calling will force a Venn diagram. Beautiful and stable concoction coming out from Rinseku, but they can't follow it up with damage. Field's Gate thrown out. But they won't TP through it. It's just for days to steal the avalanche.
Boom, there it goes.
We slow down in terms of the murder numbers on the scoreboard. But the outplay of Navi Jr. is evident. They even up and take over in terms of net worth lead, as there isn't much on DMS's side to react with. They need the song to walk in confidently.
Immortality.
And since they lost till the end, there isn't much for them to do around that pit.
Don't look now.
DMS with the focus.
Tower is getting obliterated.
Here's Radice finds no one with a hook shot. That won't be available for 40 more seconds as Days can't connect to Melojul. That would be a big kill, but it's a very, very tanky kill on top of that. As the Wisdom Rune is ignored. The last tier 1 tower falls on the bottom. Niku will find the angle, will jump in onto the Tiny. BKB overlapping BKB, but the Pulverize will come through as the stuns, they're not going to be enough, and the Tiny will make it on time.
Things are looking dire for Dire's
That TP was a beautiful, beautiful thing, but if you do the math, Pulverize was just not long enough. As the Hawk tries to put out the Primal Roar, will eventually land it onto the Clockwork. With the BKB on him, he will run for it. Has got the juice. He will get his pound of flesh, or maybe not. As eventually even he will give up the chase. Butterfly close at hand for the Luna.
And it's off.
Hope Dire's middle tower is insured. That thing is standing on its last brick. You can tell Dire's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed as I speak.
As the kill score has not changed in the past 5 minutes, but objectives are falling like flies. The tier 2 on the mid lane and the tier 3 on the mid lane will be obliterated. I don't think got the juice has any. Isn't in his mind to actually back off. Out comes the pinball machine as the creeps will be bannered. Luna will be deterred for just a second due to the dead shot, but got the juice. The pinball machine's alive and well.
Bet you $10 Dire does not like that one bit. If you're a fan of Radiant's top tower, I'd shut my eyes right now.
As the Radiant towers are similarly suffering, but I don't think DMS has anything left to give right now. Q needs a basher to get up close and personal to burst someone down. He's got the juice. He's still got the advantage. But the Alchemist with the Solar Crest could still be danger. Could be threat that DMS need to use.
Like Dire's bottom tower, and it shows. If Dire doesn't haul ass and help out that bottom tower,
Got the juice. He's been eyeing
Dire's
that bottom lane as well.
tower is destroyed. It was named, of course, after
Almost a 5,000k net worth lead on this Luna. There's a bit of a setup from DMS. They're gonna try and go for the toss. They don't find the real Luna, but the Unstable Concoction does connect. Melojul will be saved as out comes the Eclipse. Onto Rinseku, they make the move with nice resistance. To the magic damage, will save them for now. The mirror images and the creeps will eat the rest of the Eclipse beams. But there's still a BKB on this Luna. Unstable Concoction onto the Primal Beast as got the juice, just needs to keep up the right click. Bottom tier 3 and the full racks are gone as well. One more lane to go for Navi Jr. for the Megas. Five-man smoking party as the Aegis expires. It's the long-range avalanche and toss. The tree throw as well. Melojul is in no state to dive into the enemy. What's that extra 45 seconds of peace?
What can you do?
As Days will keep up the trash talk. A little bit of a breakage. Hookshot will save Riddies though.
Tell me someone saw that. Tell me someone saw that.
Invisibility.
This DMS. Game number 2's grasp is fading away from them. They're behind 4,000 gold. On top of everything, with an Alchemist lineup. This ain't going too well. As in goes the toss, have a toss play onto the Tiny and PMA. A good little play right here. We'll take out 2 of them, but in comes Mr. Primal Roar, Niku. Coming through, and with the Fiend's Gate, they will join up with the rest of their team till the end. Hookshot doesn't connect on time. Or it's just not on the right angle. Riddies couldn't get it off well, but it does mean with 4 ultimates gone on the DMS side, it's just Navi Jr. They're gonna be greeted with a red carpet at this point. 4 kills behind, but still in the lead. They might have put out 2 buybacks for this, but it doesn't matter. Got the juice, surviving the Avatos combo. They move on to Rinseku. The Alchemist has nothing left to offer, as God the Juice just walks in on his prime. The Conda does most of the work, but the rest of the team will clean it up, as Melaju will be found. They don't even need to go for the Megas, just kill them one by one. The Hawk buying back. As Problems also gonna go for the BB. Only 1 buyback remains, and it is till the ends, but it ain't worth much. 52 seconds without the Alchemist. Niku just dives inside the pit of Malice, and he's the true Malice of his team. GG is called, as Navi Jr. will take the 2nd game with ease.
One less agent for Dyer, bringing them to a total of 0 agents.
It might not be draft or strategy at this point, it's just outplays within the fights. The confidence at which PMA buys back and comes back with the Rubik is just out of this world. That is the way, you just sit on your enemy and make for them to make a mistake. I still value the attempt at trying to continue the fight at that high ground, but I think they just realized they ran out of juice. You know what I'm saying? And Navi Jr. has the juice. So, with all that in the bag, and the Luna proving to be the faster character than the Alchemist, I hope Rinseku finds a solution, maybe an agility way. Maybe he goes back to the Medusa. We'll see what happens next in game number 3. Does Navi Jr. lead the Grand Finals 2-0 here at EPL Season 20?
closer, 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 closer. Visions of you. Intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. Nine and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my face. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrow, but I love that bitter taste.
Visions of you.
Come closer. Nine and I can't see straight. I'm hoping that I'll make it tomorrow, but right now I can't feel my pace. I'm intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown the sorrows, but I love that bitter taste.
Visions of you.
Oh, man, you need some headphones, bro.
You know I said just. Say son. You know I said just. Just. suggest. You know I suggest.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with game number 3, one of the fastest drafts in the history of the tournament.
10 seconds.
As you can see, DMS still has 2 minutes and 5 seconds. I just turned my back. We had our usual admin talk just before the game, but yeah, I guess DMS had no chill. They lose a total of 20 seconds of their reserve time so far, but either they're just eager to get it over with or they have something of a plan. One of the two. But with Rinseq losing out on the Monkey King and the Alchemist, I'm curious to see what he's gonna English. So I'm curious to see what he's gonna resort to in this very, possibly very last game of the tournament. Well, yeah, I guess history tends to repeat itself. DMS, they run out of the juice, possibly when they get to the grand finals, or they're just figured out, or maybe just clear up. Navi Jr. is the better team. We will see. So far, their second draft was really clean. This one seems to be thought through as well, as they're gonna go for the aggressive. The tower push coming through with the Luna and the Abaddon, and they're giving themselves some tankiness with the Mars, as they will end the draft on the DMS side with the Broodmother. Kind of making me question what? Actually carry Naga?
10 seconds.
In patch 737? Is that a good idea, especially against the Luna?
It's DOTA time.
I mean, the AoE farming is pretty impressive. Would love to see Nick could be a bit more aggressive against that Naga Siren. But Rinseq is going to be the one who picks up the Broodmother, and we are going to get a Dahak offlane Batrider on top of everything. As I would have loved to see the Batrider and the Lich be the support pair. That does grant you a bit of relocation after the aggression and keeping people within the Chain Frost range. But instead they will go for the repositioning aggro with the Batrider and not grant them the extra push power they would actually be needing on the side of DMS. No Enigma, no Beastmaster.
If that's what's in your heart. 5 seconds.
Losing out on these crucial heroes. They opt in for the Batrider instead, making me question their sanity. But to be fair, these two teams have met 4 times so far. I guess this is going to be the tiebreaker, since both teams have 2 wins under their belt out of 4 series. But yeah, while in CCT Series 4, Navi Jr. lost 2 games against DMS. Yeah, in CCT Season 3, sorry. In Season 4, it is Navi Jr. that comes out on top. And here in the European Pro League, of course, well, we mentioned that already. They got the win in the upper bracket final so far. Let's see if Navi Jr. will take the clean 3-0 here at European Pro League Season 20, the grand finals. As I hope you are all ready for game number 3 of this series. Once again, DMS starting off with a 5-man smoke up. A little bit of a back and forth. between the puck and the tiny. I would favor the puck just a little bit on that lane, as it seems to be the battle of the tinies, but it's not a guarantee win for Melojoule. As yes, I am leaning towards the 3-0, and not because I want the series to be over, but the draft makes way more sense on the side of Navi Jr., if I have to be fully honest with myself. And as soon as I say that, PMA will walk into this rune and be grabbed for first blood, as is usual and as is tradition with my trash predictions.
All right, gang, 30 seconds.
But it's not out of the question that I don't think the Broodmother has what it takes to face off against the Luna, especially in the mid to late game. Yeah, Niku and the boys backing off. They see that Niku is just dancing under the observer ward. No one seems to be wanting to engage with the vision so far.
History will be made on this day. Not actual history, make-believe history. Fiction, I guess.
But yeah. As Melojoule wins the right-click battle, it is going to be 3 bounty routes for the DMS side. As the bottom river observer ward will not be contested for now. Melojoule is losing a big chunk of his HP pool. He doesn't seem to be disturbed by all this. Craggy exterior at the work. As the tiny will fall a little low himself. But you know, a bit of back massaging between mid laners is nothing to scoff at. Ain't that big of a surprise, is Niku? After a turnaround, big reach with the tree grab. A nice face shift dodge, Illusory Orb at the ready. Melojoule will force the tiny to keep his distance. With the double wave coming, Niku is about to get 2 levels. Get to level 2. He'll wait patiently for creeps to be low. Dodging the Illusory Orb as much as he can. Gets Avalanche. Well, let's see who's gonna get the outplay first. The Lich is a little low, but nice on the Ava. Throws out the tree, takes out most of the wave. Does lose out on 1 range creep. But it is actually close. Melojoule, I think he's better in the control department so far. As it is only a 1 creep difference so far at this point of the game. Can't really say either one of them is truly leading right now. At least PMA's having fun on the top lane. Rinseku. Control issues with the Lich so far. PMA is just way too tanky. Just on bottom. I don't think we need to talk about this much. Both cores are ranged, as both supports are melee. It's going to be the battle of the trade. As Riddies actually doesn't go for... He goes for the other Aphotic Shield as PMA gets till the end eventually.
Thanks and have fun.
Days will be targeted by Rinseku, so it's going to be a support exchange at the very end. Not much to see on this first blood. This Aphotic Shield choice, though. But no burst through. And it is the interesting facet choice, but due to the mirror images, I would still choose the explosive version. Maybe Riddies disagrees.
Ours.
50% HP on both sides. Jewel. And with the Waning Rift. Well, I managed to bottle both water runes, but at least make the Tiny's life a little bit harder. A lot of pressure on Melojul in this play, as the Hawk and Problem is going to go in for the dive. They will get the Abaddon. Those Problems will suffer a little bit due to Glaives, but will disengage on time, or will he? Hasn't snare in 3 seconds. We'll put out the Luge on Luna. Could just turn it on to Riddies at this point. A bit of back and forth between the two sports, as previously mentioned. The lane is starting to get good for Insecure in the meantime. Another Jewel. 2 stacks of the poison. The third will miss. Night falls, the puck will disengage as the Tiny will be saved.
A prize.
Night has fallen, and the night is scary, especially when there's a Black Widow on the enemy team. Although it doesn't seem that this will phase days. In any shape or form. Till the end. We'll march down into the river. Try and contest the 6-minute power rune. On the other side of it, it is going to be problems. The Dream Coil will be broken. It's a 3-man versus a Tiny as Riddies will arrive in time. The Aphotic Shield is absorbing a lot of damage as Melojul will not go in for the chase. Got the Juice will come around the bend as they are going to do their very best to destroy the puck. A 4th Shadow Poison will connect, but it's not going to be enough for a kill. Toss combo onto till the end. They will take out the Pos 5 for all this effort. It is going to be Riddies picking up the regen rune. But rotating the Luna into the mid lane and letting the Tiny reset makes you want to question if this will be worth it in the long run. Maybe if the Tiny now moves with the supports, rushes out that Blink Dagger, there's an opportunity that I'm just not seeing. Zauk with the disruption onto the Spider. Rinsey with the free movement. He's just dodging and weaving. Dodging and weaving on the webbing. I guess he sees the intricacies of the movement. As we are back to 2-minute, well, kills every 2 minutes. That average, it's burnt into my eyes. What happened to European Dota?
Arms for the dead.
Where's the aggression? Where's the bloodlust? I know it's on Bloodseeker. It's a recently changed spell as well. Yeah, as 8 minutes approach, we did mention the Batrider and the Naga aren't the highest pushing power heroes in the world. And God the Juice will keep his distance. With the Morbid Masquerade, the Broadswords is worlds away, so the Mask of Madness will not arrive in time as PMA. Someone call the Spider Police. He just destroyed a whole brood. But mind you, he hasn't killed the brood mother just yet. Yeah, a nice chunk of change for a bunch of spiders.
Dire is scanning for enemies. Probably hoping to catch a glimpse of him nude.
1,000 gold in the lead, but Gaben is standing strong. 51 to 52% win probably on Navi Jr. Hasn't batted an eye to the farm changes so far. Got the juice, doing his best to get to that farming item as fast as possible. It's Rinse Q. Has an extra 1,000 gold in the bag. I don't even know he knows what he wants to go for now. Got the juice, could be in trouble.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
But ooh, here comes the brood. Ready or not, it's gonna be a tier 1 falling. Nothing Navi Jr. can do about this one. But they can still take some casualties. Flame break thrown out from the Hawk as the
Radiant scanning around for enemies.
and Daze's residual magic will crush the mermaid to death.
I'm sorry, it's just creepy.
As PMA comes through the other side, has the arena, but I don't think you want to throw it out in any shape or form. Did everyone else see that interaction? He was Sinister Gaze down south, but then he popped back up on the stairs. Maybe the gaze didn't go through so that he's a little closer to the low ground. Overall, it is gonna be the first death on the Mars.
Looks like the Dire figured out where Radiant's top tower is.
But the tier 1 tower will be under focus. As Daze comes in to clean up some spiders. Pest control is here. True, demonic and crazy pest control, but it is pest control nonetheless. Just Riddies. It's just taunting problems a little bit. These days. Possible counteroffensive from DMS. Or maybe it's just a pantry raid on the triangle. The precious, precious stacks that are basically non-existent. Daze was aware that the spider will put pressure on this top lane, so stacking up for the Luna in this situation is kind of self-sabotaging, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Rinse Q and Crew will take out the tier 1 tower up top.
What have we here?
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
With gratitude.
All 3 cores on DMS
The dead.
will obtain the first 3 positions on the net worth chart. Well, the team's so close together, I don't think you can even say that it is a dominating lead by any stretch of the imagination. 6 kills on the board, 14 minutes in. Neither team wants to go for the aggressive once again. Navi know they just need to be patient. And DMS might just make a mistake. 14-minute approaches fast. Got the juice. He can clear the camp in time.
Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower.
But Melojou will take out Niku in the mid lane with the help of the Chain Frost and a bit of magic. Not having to use the Dream Coil yet could be a good opportunity on these two. Drops it on the Abaddon at the very end as the Bro Time will proc through. It could just be 3 for the price of none here for DMS. As it looks like they're trying to defy last season's result. They're not going to be 3-0 this time around.
Dominating performance.
As we are in double digits in terms of kills. Got the juice? What? This is not the right idea, but maybe with Niku coming around with the avalanche, it could be good. Melojou getting low as Rinseku will join on to Got the Juice. The Lucent Beam will not be enough to shake him off as the puck will eventually die to days. Niku going to toss one of the spiderlings onto the Broodmother.
Don't look now.
But after the dust settles, it is going to be DMS gaining a 2k advantage on top of their already 4,000 gold. Yeah, with the insatiable hunger, Rinsekyu's are most back up on full HP. The BKB is soon to be on the way, though. Will the Broodmother be ready to fight into all of this? I mean, they almost soloed down, got the juice. Luna will need more protection.
Dire's middle tower is taking one hell of a beating.
It's down on the bottom. PMA standing by. We'll find the true problems as the Naga Siren tried to go in for the song, but it's not happening as the tree throw will eventually execute problems. Huh. My 8th grade programming background just came back. Execute a program called Problems. That's basically my life right now. Or maybe basically the life of the Navi Junior side right now. $14 kills at 17 minutes in. Give me more, give me more. But everyone's chanting in the chat. To style, getting close to the ready. As that will make taking on the spiders a little bit more easier. Doesn't really help against the Flame Break and the Waning Rift and all the other stuff that kills the illusions, but it's a nice addition to your farm and the control and your farm speed and controlling dead lanes with the Manta illusions. $6,000 gold in the lead. Will BMS be ballsy enough to actually go for this tier 2 on the bottom? They are actually ballsy enough to go for PMA. A nice little dive, but the cavalry's arriving. The puck will disengage along with Dahak's Bat Rider. It will be problems left behind, and the Little Mermaid. I guess that's all she wrote. Spear to a tree and avalanche to death. There's a little bit of passive pressure on the tier 2, but Navi Junior will answer in kind.
What have we here?
You can tell Dire's middle tower. Dire killed Roshan in cold blood.
Roshan at 19 minutes, but it does give Navi Junior the opportunity to take a tier 1 tower mid.
Dyer's middle tower is insured. That thing is standing on its last brick.
The 19 minutes gone by, only 50 minutes on the board.
Tower has taken one hell of a beat.
Will DMS go on the aggressive now
Kick for concrete.
with the Broodmother Aegis? Or are they going to stand back? Oh, Rinseku showing a front and center on the top lane.
Not a betting man, unless it's
A
bad.
toss combo onto a mirror image.
Middle tower is insured.
DMS
If I was,
moving in on the triangle. Beautiful play coming through. The Avalanche doesn't do much as the Burrow Strike will be popped along with the beautiful Dream Coil and the Chain Frost. Riddies is gone along with Got the Juice. 2 kills make it 3 as the Mars will die at the edge of the triangle as well. The Huck will gain a will take his pound of flesh. 302 on this Batrider. It doesn't look like much, but honestly, when you have 2 heroes that have 0 deaths on the board,
rugby, cricket, or curling. But if I was,
you must feel confident as the 20-minute Tormentor will be taken with ease by Rinseku. Down bottom, the fight continues as Days will die. The attack of 3. PMA standing by for a possible catch with the Blink Yule Scepter Arena. I'm more than curious to see, can DMS keep up this pressure? They're 13,000 gold up. Possibly the highest net worth lead in the match so far. And I'm not even joking, we haven't seen like 20 plus net worth leads
hanging on by a brick.
in this series so far in 2 games. Last time, and actually in the first game, Got the Juice and the boys went on high ground at 3,000 gold net worth lead. There's Rinseku. He's gonna pacify this Aegis. Uses it to gain his butterfly and possibly a bit of progress on the harpoon. Because eventually this tier 2 pressure will result in a fallen tower. PMA can only keep this up for so long.
Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated.
They will eventually dive him and find him. I do appreciate DMS's approach. They're cutting the waves as much as possible. Going on to the tier 2 just a little bit. Problems diving into the camps. Oh, finding the Mars. We'll just turn back
Don't look now.
to his mirror images.
Bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Baiting away with one of the mirrors.
Kinda funny. Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower is getting obliterated. Okay, fine, you can look. It's kind of funny. Radiant's sturdy bottom tower was built to withstand, never mind, it's gone.
Now falls the first tier 2 tower of the game. 23 minutes in. It will be DMS taking it eventually. As PMA disengages with the Mars. Navi on the back foot. Not the first time this series. And they have pulled off a blink and you miss it kind of fight.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging
But
on.
DMS, they're slowly cooking up a Navi Junior stake here. As the last tier 2 tower falls
Middle tower,
and the Aegis gets reclaimed. DMS and crew will disengage. More than likely not return. until the harpoon is done on the on the brood mother. I was about to say Queen of Brood. There's no such hero in the game. What's wrong with you? He's got the juice. Actually be finding Rinseku in the thick of it. 3-man rotation into the middle of the jungle. It's not paying attention for a second. Every time, Navi Jr. They make these moves out of the blue.
Killing spree.
For the toss combo, they'll take 2. But still under pressure. Navi Jr. This is a luxury that they're farming outside their base.
Middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
As he said, PMA can only keep this up for so long. It will eventually run out of targets they can take on without the backdoor protection. There's still 2 tier 1 towers for Navi Jr. to take. As Niku moving on with the avalanche. The Hawk comes in with the lasso as Niku tries to disengage and shake them off with the BKB. Keeps up the chase onto problems as the Hawk will just firefly out of here, but the mermaid will still fall.
You can tell Dire's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed as I speak.
The Hawk. Now comes the BKB out of the Batrider. Got the juice. Will be whipped into submission. Beautiful toss onto PMA. Just need to wait for the end of the BKB as the Yules will connect. And Got the Juice gets the kill.
Radiant scanning for enemies. Or maybe for
Navi Jr. turn on the hunt with the phylactery BKB build on the Luna. A little bit of visual glitch play coming out, most likely due to the web. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is not your screen breaking, it's just a game being buggy. But to be fair, it is developed by a small multi-billionaire indie company.
A prize.
5,000 gold of a turn.
If you're in the vicinity of Dire's top tower,
So far, so good, but from the nice 69% win probability, actually it went all the way to 78% win probability, which is also pretty nice. It goes back down to 63% on the graph. Okay, just 65. I lied. Fake news. The gold turn and the Luna coming top net worth on the net worth chart should worry the DMS side, and it should worry them a lot. As Roshan respawns, PMA will actually pause the game. As you all know, both teams for every game gain a 10-minute technical break. I'm really hoping they're not going to use it. Has Got the Juice is speaking Cyrillic, which is something I do not understand. Must be talking about Roche. Because they're just spotting out timers on the list. Gotta be honest with you, the Black Widow still looks extremely creepy of a skin. Especially that black thorax, it just creeps me out. The Hawk is actually playing a Batrider, which I do appreciate. But yeah. With everyone on both teams already at least on 1 kill, on 1 death.
You got rocks in your head. Rock 'em.
It'll be interesting to see which team will actually lose their momentum. Is the wedge and the pressure truly broken on the DMS side, or is 9,000 gold net worth lead still enough to take a Roshan contest play? DMS using to ignore the Roche. We'll do a 4-man smoke play down on the top lane. Here comes Melojoul, Waning Rift, onto the Abaddon. A little bit of tickling onto the former Death Knight. Well, let's see the Curse of Awareness has got the juice. They just turn with the Eclipse straight onto the puck. Chainfrost connects onto the back line of the Radiant side. As till the end will be taken out. Again, it is a core and the Lich. With just 2 kills, Navi Jr. take a 4,000 gold net worth turn. Well, that's what happens if you have pauses plays. Oh, days! Niku with the Avalanche. Coming through, Rinseku with the BKB. Tries to stand his ground, but it's 2 cores against 1. As the Hawk can't really help out here. No more lasso. The Song of the Siren will be used for them to escape. It ain't a reset. It's a necessity. Navi Jr. even up the scoreboard, 13 to 13. They're still 5,000 gold behind. But only lose the support for all this fight.
In the vicinity of Dyer's top tower, I'd put on a hard hat. That baby is coming down. Dyer's top tower just went brick belly up.
Got the juice. The whole team of Navi Jr. is actually here, besides the Shadow Demon. Base could still rejoin through the Twin Gates and the Outpost. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. But out comes the Chainfrost again. Got the juice. Could be sabotaged by his own Manta Illusions. But at the very same time, here comes Rinseku. Will Harpoon connect onto the Luna? I don't really care where the Chainfrost went. The puck trying to escape Melojoul. With only 40 HP left. Niku cannot make the catch, but with the Avalanche will actually make it with the blink onto the other side. Trying to see. Got the juice or the boys actually continued the aggression. They're gonna disengage, knowing that Roshan will switch sides in 10 seconds. Out comes the spear. But the Avatar onto Rinseku. He tried to make the approach from the tier 1 tower on the offlane.
If Dyer doesn't haul ass and help out that bottom tower, there's not going to be a tower left.
Navi Jr. just keep up the streak.
Forget I said that. The bottom tower is in trouble.
As Roshan number 2 falls into Navi Jr.'s hands. I don't even understand why Rinseku made the approach without the puck. But now Melojoul will need to suffer for 30 seconds without his carry.
Things are looking dire for Dyer's bottom tower. Forget I said that. Their bottom tower, Dyer's historical bottom tower is destroyed. It was named, of course, after Dyer doesn't haul ass and help out that bottom tower. There's not going to be a tower left. Radiant's middle tower.
As even though Navi Jr. has no tier 2 towers, DMS cannot really respond with pressure. The Hawk is trying, shoving in the top lane. At the very same time, I don't think he's gonna get this for free. Here comes the reactions of Navi Jr. The Dream Coil does not connect Melojoul. You can't blame him for trying, but you can tip him to death.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a breath.
As Daze doesn't find the Batrider on time. It will still be at least a Tormentor for free. As in comes the play, till the end is gone. I think the domination shall continue.
Hope Dyer's middle tower is insured. That thing is standing on its last brick.
Tier 2 pressure on the mid. As Navi Jr. will take their first Tier 2 tower.
Dyer's middle tower
33 minutes in. It was a grueling mid-game for them all around. But they stick to their convictions. God the Juice gets his items with a canned satanic Mantis-style BKB build. He did mention there's not much the Broodmother can offer as the Hawk. He's gonna ring around the Rosie but not defend his own base. Rinseku thrown back in line, and even with the BKB, it's just a melted Broodmother. Days just purging the Brood to death as Navi Jr. They're gonna be the second team in the history of European Pro League who are about to defeat DMS 3-0. As out goes the Hawk. The Batrider will bite back, but there's no Broodmother for 50 seconds. 1,400 gold away from the buyback. PMA. Will BKB jump out of here as Melajul? And problems. They try to join up onto the Shadow Demon, but the spear throw out from PMA. The very last seconds of his BKB. They're still going to try and cut down the mid wave. As Navi Jr. only have that to break the high ground. Back door, but problems will be gone. The puck back into the base goes Got the Juice and Nikyu. As I guess with the fortification, they still have a chance. But Rinseku is still 2 seconds away from coming back. The back door will proc. And a nice little dream call to stop them a little bit, but Melajul could just be dying here. But out comes the demonic cleanse. So the demonic purge is the Hawk. He is about to die back to the arena. Niku, they're just dancing around their food at this point. Navi Jr. They're gonna sit on this base. They're allowed to. They have Aegis on their Luna. She's fully farmed, and for 40 seconds, she's basically unkillable. As PMA dives into the fountain. But Niku and God the Juice have the idea of just ending this game. They don't want to focus onto this back door. They don't want to deal with any of this, as their bottom Brax and Tier 3 is gone due to the Hawk's efforts. They're still going to try and hold on the DMS side, as the back door proves to be too tough of a cookie for them till the end. Doesn't have the ultimate anyway, so it's all kind of fine. But it's a little bit of an awkward end to a 3-0. But I can still appreciate it. No more Aegis. 8 more seconds until the puck is back online. And one of the most awkward finishes to an EPL Grand Final, I must say. Now, can Navi Jr. actually get it? The fortification will be committed as Riddies will be jumped on by Rinseku. The Dream Coil is down, but it is not really breaking. The buyback from the Brood will come through, as problems will be dealt with. Got the Juice. Still extremely stubborn about pushing waves. Navi Jr. They don't want to leave. And who can blame them?
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick. That's it for Radiant's middle tower. We'll never forget you, Radiant's middle tower.
By the way, the first Tier 4 tower of the Radiant is gone. If they keep this up, the second one will be gone too, but Navi Jr., they're like, if you want a base race, we can, but the Luna's got this.
Radiant's middle tower is hanging on by a brick.
So Riddies will prepare for a defense. Best to control it with the Broodlings, but it's not gonna happen. Out comes another Dream Coil. Got the Juice, will be stunned up. Well, he's got a bit of protection and a bit of help. As out comes the arena, all Got the Juice and Niku need to do is just keep on hitting this Ancient. As Rinseku in problems, they're gonna reset it just a little bit. Hold on to the Mars as days will be dealt with. BKB, one last effort from DMS to try and survive, but Niku and Got the Juice just hit too hard. 3-0 for Navi Jr. as it will be a bit of a clowny finish here at European Pro League Season 20. But Navi Junior take the W and finish 3-0. DMS for a second time in a row. After Season 19 losing to Avolas, they will lose the 3-0 this time. Navi Junior in the Grand Finals. Still a valiant effort, you know, they made it here. That is nothing to be sad about. $5,000 still in the bag. But the big 10K will go to Navi Junior. You're going to be happy with that one. And obviously we are talking about a team that has proven to be pretty significant on the international stage as well. We're always proud to see them. And after a long time, I think they haven't won for 3 seasons. They're back in the Grand Finals, and they prove themselves to be worthy of winning it. The 3-0 clean whitewash from Navi Junior. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next season. But with that, ladies and gents, it's going to be Navi Junior 3-0 on DMS, and we bid you adieu until Season 21.
I can't take it anymore. My mind's about to go to war. I need someone to save me from myself, to hear me cry when I call out for help. I blame it on the voices that are in my head, wondering if they're
EPL DOTA2_N2 rated with 652 viewers.
I'm back. Thank you for the raid. Got all these people available. It's just... don't know why we're finding these missions so late. We had 11 lads running intel. Look at this. 13 hours. That's no good. I'll be honest with you. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
Advent forces are in the process of airlifting.
It has become really, really hard to watch TJ Hooker. Even ironically, it's so bad. Bloodsport is so bad.
Understood. Moving out.
It's criminal.
Got a group of hostiles over here.
Group. It's one lad. Come on, calm down. Why isn't Hooker on the squad yet? Well, we'd have to send him in solo. Although we should add a Hooker and a Zmed. You're right. In fact, I cannot believe I haven't done that yet.
Got it covered.
No. TJ Hooker is
Will do.
just awful.
I'm all over it.
It's exactly how you wouldn't make a TV show. Like, it's just so bad. I fucking hate these missions.
Good copy. Moving on target. This way. Getting it done. Getting it done.
The only good way I found to do them
Moving out.
is to just rush your lads to the fucking boxes, grab 4, because that's the minimum to succeed in the mission, and then fucking leave. Otherwise, you're just running your lads into hell. It's awful.
Bersaglio individuato. Pattuglia nemica. Scanner al massimo.
I'm all over it.
No need to ask twice. On the move. Already there. Hagámoslo. No need to ask twice. Copy that.
Oh, it's bad. No. It's like, it started off, it was enjoyably bad, and then you've seen the folly of the showmakers and the things they've thrown away and the potential to have at least a half-decent show, and they were like, nah. Hello, love. What's up? Mama's getting you, isn't she? These aren't suits. These are jackets from TIs. This is the Copenhagen one, the rare merch, and that's the TI. I don't know which champion was 12.
Moving. Solid copy. Hostile targets in sight. Moving out.
Heading out.
Yeah, that's the route shot for sure.
Eyes on the prize.
Affermativo. Copertura
Affirmative.
attiva.
Covering now.
En marcha a las coordenadas designadas.
No, don't watch the show.
Explorando.
I'm telling you right now, don't watch the show. It's terrible.
We're picking up a steady signal from the transponder. Firebrand is en route to make the pickup.
Need an evac!
This is Firebrand. Evac request confirmed. Hold tight.
Throwing grenade!
Guardia!
Location confirmed.
They've seen me.
Got it.
On Overwatch.
Sensori ottici di guardia.
Come get some.
Absolutely. Moving to Overwatch.
Ali, I will be there momentarily. Who we got? Hey Router, how you doing? How's it going? How are you? Yes, give me like 3 minutes. Jesus Christ, guys! Alright, let's never Overwatch fire again, please.
For recovery. Keep marking those crates, Menace 1-5. Missed.
Uno menos. Quedan miles. Affirmative. Covering now.
Not a problem.
Scanning.
Possibile errore di calcolo.
I'm on it. Got it covered.
I'm on it.
Advent just airlifted out
Shut
their
up.
first crate. We're gonna have to move fast if we want to get
Sorry.
the rest.
Where's my other crate that I marked?
Fuoco in arrivo.
There. Done. I'm sorry, man. Let's try this, our new incendiary grenade. Oh gosh, that worked jolly well. Overwatch!
All set. Moving to Overwatch.
Sensori alla massima
Moving to
portata.
Overwatch. Scanning. They're starting to lose ground.
They fucking legged it. 2 mech archers? You're fucking joking me, pal! It's a bit misty.
Trying to flank us.
This is Firebrand. It's time to go.
Alright, big man.
Procedo verso il bersaglio. Minaccia nemica. Ricarica imminente richiesta.
Enemies down. Need a resupply.
Oh, I can't see the fucking... That's it there.
Solid copy. ¿Está despejado?
I thought you were in it. You're not in it.
What's over there?
Absolutely. I'm on it. On Overwatch. I'm on it.
Affirmative. Covering now.
Overwatch. Ven y verás.
Well, we're switching the dotes, so we're going to lose half the viewers min. Which is a shame.
Affirmative. Moving out. Let's go.
Flawless?
All Outcome operatives are secure. Firebrand is returning to base.
Are they? They're going to bombard us? Really? From beyond the grave? From the scrap heap? I think not.
Initial reports that the suspension of services were the result of dissident activity have been dismissed as radical propaganda.
Oh. Oh. Damn. Invited to play dotes against my will. I'm just so weak. If I'm invited to play dotes, I will drop whatever I'm doing to play dotes. Such is the way. It is the way of things. Team.
Hello.
Hello. I am loading up.
Let's
Come
go.
here, boy.
Nice, nice. How are you doing?
I'm doing alright. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, good, good, good.
Alright.
I've been playing XCOM 2 Long War a lot. Because every
You having
year
fun?
I come back to it. Am I having fun? Yeah! But every year I come back to it and think, this will be the one. This will be the one. And it very rarely is. I've never beaten it. I've beaten XCOM 2 a bunch of times, but I've never beaten Long War.
No. Let's queue it up. Oh, now we got confirming game for another 10 minutes.
10 minutes, yeah.
Oh, is this what happens?
Yeah.
Immediately into confirming match,
Oh.
and then wait.
Been a bit of a state. Good old Dotes.
We had found an Indian server though.
Gotta get the door. God hope we don't find a game.
I think you should have at least
6 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I believe if you take off EU West and just queue EU East or Russia, it's fine, says Axel. My mate Axel.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
yeah, so try that.
We can't back out. No.
Oh, no, we can't back out. That's
You're
true.
in.
We're locked in.
It's all
For
part
as
of their
long as it
plan,
takes.
isn't it? This is their plan.
Boost those player numbers. It's people sitting confirming match.
You're not playing India, so you're all sorted. It's better than your before games.
That was a poor decision.
You played the India servers.
Somehow we managed to queue on EU East, India, and China. And the game where we all had 180 ping. It was just absolutely horrible.
A dub?
It's because
Absolutely, we just gave up after
Oh,
that.
shit.
It was so unenjoyable. It was like I don't even care. I
Oh,
just
man.
let it end.
it's because
But
I
then
was team leader and I know how to start the game, so I didn't notice that mine was put on automatic. And just randomly put us in
Yeah.
those servers.
A little treat for it. The best thing though is that the game afterwards felt like so smooth. It was amazing.
Wow. Sometimes you might need to try Indian servers to know what's a good Dota is.
Hmm. And I think you're mid, Ted, if that's all right.
Sure, yeah, fuck it.
Nice. Nice. Because we have a lot of support players.
It's just so good to be a support.
Do you know what's funny? I've noticed that a lot of you know the Far Side. Gary Larson's The Far Side. You ever heard of that cartoon strip?
Yeah.
No.
No. It was big in the 80s and 90s. It was like absurdist, and for the time, genuinely like this predates webcomics and stuff like that. It was really popular, and as a kid, I remember thinking it was hilarious. And they've sort of had this weird resurgence where I see them online a lot, and a lot of people asking for them to be explained. And one of them was the parents. This is quite a famous one. Is the parents are watching, proud parents. They got they've got the dad's got his arm around the wife's shoulder and looking all happy, and they're imagining something. They're watching their son play Nintendo on the TV, and the dad and the mum are imagining all the job ads in the papers for wanted Nintendo gamer, awesome gamer, and all these pays and stuff like that. Like they're imagining how their kid is going to make money from this. Massively dated now because, of course, there are lots of multi-millionaires from being very good at video games. But some of those older jokes need explaining. I thought it was quite funny. So you see quite a lot of them around, people saying, "What's the joke here? I don't get it." Because it wasn't that long ago, but the humor's kind of been lost already. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, a lot of, it reminds me of like watching some of the old comedies which you just cannot get away with nowadays. you just cannot say those things.
I agree. So here's a question for you, because this is something that Faulty Towers has had a lot of people comment on, because there are quite a few jokes in there that you think, oh, I'm not sure you'd make that nowadays. So not the episode where they make fun of the Germans, because I think the whole point is he's gone mad. Like, he's banged his head and gone crazy. But you know the audience is laughing because these are jokes about Germany that British people find very amusing. But there's a few other jokes that the Colonel makes where, like, literally racist stuff. He just says racist stuff. And the joke is, like, that he's this crazy old racist. But you know that when it was made, I don't think the audience was going, look at this guy. I think they were just sort of, like, there wasn't even a chuckle at some of the jokes he makes that are genuinely racist. They were just like, and? Where's the joke?
Yeah.
Like, it's quite funny to look back now, because John Cleese and I think Connie Booth wrote the show. They were obviously making these jokes as non-racists, expecting people to laugh at them. But the audience at the time, the studio audience, did not even raise a smile. They were like, and? Well, he's just saying it like it is. It was bizarre. It was bizarre to watch back.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, it's like Little Britain and Come Fly With Me.
Never watched them, honestly, but yeah.
Did you not? Oh my! They could not get away with if they aired them today.
I mean, he blacked up a lot in Little Britain, didn't he?
Yep, and in Come Fly With Me, he did it a lot.
Isn't the same with the UK Shameless? Or am I
Uh,
mixing up things?
Shameless sort of, but maybe because it's not. It's kind of more like a not a sort of a drama, but like a character can be racist within it, and it's not sort of like. It's a reflection of the character rather than the show.
UK Shameless was released in 2004.
Yeah.
So the thing about Faulty Towers is, and I think this is the reason to me that it stood the test of time, is that he makes fun of Sybil, his wife, and like he calls her a battle axe, and he says, you know, things like "Don't tread on any landmines, dear," and stuff like that. And you know that people at the time were laughing about, they were on his side, but if you look back at it now, it's just as good because her character is actually much more sympathetic, and he's the dickhead. What the fuck is this? So I think in a way, like, the jokes now have flipped around to be, like, she is a much more sympathetic character. He is an insufferable prick, and always was. And I think the people who didn't get that, that's on them. He's the butt of the joke pretty much always in that show. That's why it worked for me, and I feel like the show is okay despite that. I'm trying this because I lost to this the other day and it was horrible, but I don't know if it works against Viper, unfortunately.
Well, as a Viper picker, I lost lane